Oh. Hey.
What's up?
What's going on? Welcome to the Not Out Here podcast.
How's everybody doing?
Wait, give it like 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Wow, that's crazy.
Dang, bro.
That's what's up, man.
I can't believe they did you like that.
Welcome to episode 37 of the Not Out Here podcast. It's crazy. We're back after taking a week off. You know, we had to leave the planet for a second.
You was gallivanting around the globe?
Yeah, I was doing that. Me and my girl, we went to the islands, to the Virgin Islands, man.
Dang, bro.
I was out there for like 5 days. We were out there for 5 days, I think. Pretty good, man. Had a blast, you know, of course, really just hitting the beach most of the time, getting some good local food, chilling, because her family is from the islands. So,
So they're from the Virgin Islands?
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Hey, what's up? Yeah, she didn't get to go, so that's why she's upset. But, yeah, man, just chilled out, you know, and just relaxed, got away. It was actually refreshing to get away from the States. It was like, what is it? Like, it wasn't the internet was spotty out there, bro. There were some moments where you went up like certain roads and stuff like that where you just lost all connection to social media.
I want that.
Yeah.
I need to go out there, man. I've always wanted to go to the Caribbean.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
jealous.
I'm telling you, man, you should go. You get a chance, you should go because it's so beautiful. The ocean's really blue. It's real chill. For the most part, when we were there, all the locals, they were real friendly, you know. Sometimes I didn't understand because I didn't understand. I mean,
You couldn't understand the accent?
Yeah, the accent was a little rough. It's the same even in the U.S. You know, have you ever? I mean, I know I've heard plenty. I think you told me of it once or twice. Where have you ever heard somebody with a real Southern accent that's very thick?
You talking about like Southern American?
Yeah, Southern American, and it's like real hard. They're like almost like backwoods.
Yeah, of course.
It's difficult. But over there, like I would make a word, like here, make out like every word or every other word, and I was like, I don't know what they're talking about. And I had to ask my girl, I was like, what are they saying? What are they talking about? I'm sorry. I feel bad, you know?
Right.
But it was fun though. It was a good time, man.
You see any animals out there?
Yeah. Bro, it's funny because you know how I would say out here, maybe I know, especially in New York and certain places, everybody has pigeons, right? There's like pigeons, you know, you see them every so often. On the island, bro, there's chickens and roosters everywhere.
Or just running everywhere.
They're free. And so those will be chilling. I think we saw a bunch of hens and roosters, cows, goats, horses, and like it's crazy because sometimes, man, we would see horses that were just like they were tied to a tree, just random tree, and I'm like, is somebody coming back for this horse? Like it's just here chilling.
That's somebody's transportation.
Basically, but yeah, it was cool. I'm trying to think if we saw any other type of animal.
Is someone coming back for this horse?
I felt bad because like you would see like we would be driving and like you would see like like a farm had like 3 or 4 horses, but then randomly you just see you go and you make a turn and you just see a horse by itself, and I'm like, I mean, is this supposed to be here? Did somebody forget their horse? And so, but other than that, I mean, that's it really. I don't think. Oh, I'm sorry. We saw a bunch of fish. I didn't see the sharks, but my girl's pops supposedly saw 3 sharks, and I don't really like sharks like that. So I was like, I don't want no beef with them. But other than that, it's all fish, crabs, lobsters, the whole ocean thing. Didn't see no octopuses, but that's okay. But yeah, other than that, it was real chill, man. It was real chill. What were you were just chilling at the house? What was you up to?
Yeah, I was just chilling with like roaches. I got to like look at the roaches when they crawl. You know what I mean?
They're like, hey,
yeah, those are the animals in my area.
Oh my god. Do you remember? Like, I feel like we're both old enough to remember this. I don't know if you remember this movie, Joe's Apartment. You remember that? It was like I can't remember the dude's name, but it was called Joe's Apartment.
I think I saw. Was it claymation or something?
No. It was live action, but like he had roaches that could talk.
Were they dancing in the closet or something?
Yeah.
I saw a gif of this recently, just the other day.
I remember seeing that movie and I was like, I hate this, bro.
You can't go to the Caribbean, go snorkeling, and then just be like, yeah. So what'd you do over there? What'd you do in Morrow, Georgia?
Yeah, what'd you do in Georgia? That's hilarious. What I don't know if you might have like, I went to the mountains, bro.
I went to Publix, bro. Bro, they had chicken.
Oh my god.
Bro, they cook a whole chicken and they put it in a bag. You know what I mean?
That's hilarious. I didn't know if something went down, while I was gone.
Nah, nothing went down. I guess I could talk about we did a little performance thing.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
I forgot my verse, so that was a little embarrassing. That'll come out eventually. It's this lady's shout out to Iron Throne Radio. She's doing a 24-hour performance thing, and it's pre-recorded.
Okay,
or maybe she didn't want people to know it's pre-recorded. I don't know.
We'll cut that out.
But we're a part of that, and yeah, so y'all can watch that eventually.
Wow, yeah. That's funny. So how did you play it off?
I just
Matt, did you
everybody else started to try to help me, and none of them knew my verse either. And then I just acted like I was gonna start freestyling, and then all the other guys in the room just started going, "Hey!"
Oh my god!
It was a little awkward, but
that's hilarious.
It happened.
That's funny, man.
I did okay on my other 2 verses.
Okay, I was 2 out of 3. That was that 7.
2 out of 3.
What's that 60-something percent?
66%.
Oh, D. That's passing in some schools.
And that's failing.
Oh, is it in every school? Oh.
Well, I don't know. My school was 70 was 69 was a F.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Your school was different?
Yeah, my school was way different.
Really?
From 60 to 69 was a D. From 70 to 79 was a C.
Am I tripping? Am I wrong?
Uh-oh. We've been out of school forever. So.
I got A's so much, I was never that close to getting D's and F's, you know what I mean? So my brain was just on another stratosphere.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
Not concerned with these D's and F's.
That makes a lot of sense. Well,
but yeah, man, chilling with the manta rays.
Manta ray. Them things actually
Chilling
scared
with
me
the
because
coconuts.
Was it? No, it was a stingrays that got Steve. They got Steve.
Did.
I don't want no.
No beef.
No beef with them either. I don't like sharks. Stingrays look cool, but I mean, hey, they
so
took out.
the food down there was good.
Yeah.
What was the best thing?
Man, I'm gonna mess this up, and my girl's gonna be upset. We had roti. I think that's what it's called.
I fucking love roti.
I've never had it. That was the first time I had it.
What did like chicken roti?
I think I had either chicken roti. I think I had chicken roti or like also shrimp roti.
That's my favorite Caribbean food. I haven't had like a lot, but that's the one.
It's very interesting. And so like it looks like if I remember right, the roti that I went to this one place, they had wrapped it up in like a tortilla looking thing, and I was just like, oh, it's like a burrito basically.
So it's like lentils, bread, potato, and then meat. Yeah. And then sauce.
Yeah.
It's like a giant Caribbean burrito.
Basically. Yep.
But it's amazing.
Yeah, it was real good. There was like, man, we also had like this other local fish that they had cooked. And it's real interesting because a lot of local spots just have like these pop-up shop looking things. And there's like, so you said lentils, but there was also this other thing. I can't remember what it's called. It almost sounds like, I'm like, why'd y'all call it this? It was like, I know I'm getting this wrong. It sounded like, what is it? Prepositions or something like that.
He was eating prepositions.
I can't remember what it's called, but when this episode's over, my girl's gonna be like, "That's not what it's called." But
pigeon peas?
No. Like it sounds almost like a grammatical word that they used for. It might have been something like lentils, but like it doesn't sound like a food. Like that to me, it sounds like an English grammar word that used to describe something like whatever. But it was just a weird name, and I was like, "Why do they call it these?" I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
I would love to know what you're talking about.
I'll probably like my girl will tell me later, and I'll be like this, and he'd be like, "What?" You might think the same, but yeah, had a blast, man. Now we back, and so now I mean, hey, I'm back in the A, So, but I wanted to move into the topics as everybody knows, or maybe people don't know, or they don't care. There's the Olympics going on.
Have you watched any of it?
I've watched some of it, not all of it.
I haven't watched any of it.
So the Olympics are going on in Tokyo, but I heard it's real crazy in Tokyo because of how COVID is like rampant over there. They're like in lockdown right now.
It's rampant?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's the reason why it's rampant is because over there, I think it took them longer to get like the vaccine going. Mm-hmm. So it's like people just are unvaccinated, right? And so in the Olympics, I think for the most part, nobody's like, there's no audience.
No, there's no spectators.
Yeah, no spectators at all. Yeah. And just athletes. But yeah, they're going just because the cases are like going up crazy. And so they had like a lockdown in the city. And so people like, I don't know how strict it is, but like it's real crazy over there.
Have you followed the Simone Biles situation any?
Yeah, a little bit. I've heard some of the things where basically she dropped out because to deal with mental health stuff, right? Some to that effect. And then some people that brought up the whole debate, which I actually wanted to get to. It's a little, segue to it. How do you feel about that?
So my opinion has switched on this the more knowledge that has came out.
Oh, okay. You got more informed.
I got the info. So basically, initially, Team USA was like, she's hurt.
Yeah.
Or they wouldn't specify exactly what it was.
Right.
And then it came out she was passing certain events or dropping out of certain things because of mental health. And that just seemed weird to me.
Yeah.
Everyone was kind of applauding that. And me, I didn't really understand it.
Yeah.
You know, to me, this is an event you train for 4 years to get to this event. And then you just say, oh, I'm dropping out because of mental health. That just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't register in my brain like, what is that? So I think mental health was kind of a way of...
like an excuse almost?
Not an excuse, a way of putting it so that you don't have to 100% spell it out. But then the info comes out a little bit later about what it is. It's actually something called the Twisties. Have you heard of this?
I haven't heard of it.
So it's something that gymnasts get, and they compared it to the yips in baseball, where it's kind of like a mental thing.
Okay.
But it's also kind of like being nervous, kind of like screwing up, kind of like, oh, I'm shooting free throws, the biggest game of my life. And then you're a great free throw shooter, and then you miss these free throws. But the Twisties are more so your body is something you can't necessarily control.
What?
So you kind of, when you're spinning in the air, you lose where you are.
Oh, okay.
And your body just kind of fights against itself, and it's like, oh, we shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
So that's one part of it. And they say it can be dangerous. And I guess I never really thought about this. When they're up there in the air doing all these flips, I just assumed they had no clue. They just knew how long it took to do 3 turns, and then they stick out their legs and they land. Yeah. But apparently they know exactly where they are. But when you get a case of the Twisties, your body is almost like disoriented, and you don't have control the way that you should have control.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what happened. They didn't fully spell it out, but info's coming out after the fact. And also now, this is something else that came out. So I guess she has bad ADHD.
I heard about that.
And she's had it since she was a kid, and she takes medication for it.
Yep.
Now, the last Olympics, she got special approval to be able to use this and to compete in the Olympics. Now they're saying where they are now, Japan is more strict. And basically they were like, no, you can't use this stuff.
Wow.
So imagine you're on medication for your whole life, and then you get off of the medication.
I mean, yeah, it's going to mess you up.
Yeah. And it's also a little bit controversial as well, because there's this faction of people that kind of think this could kind of improve your performance because it's focus, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It makes you more focused. So does that improve her performance? You know?
Oh, okay.
So I think that might be a reason why they didn't want to spell it out all the way to start with, and for them to kind of say, oh, it's mental health, and kind of, instead of them saying, oh, it's this, and this.
Yeah, that makes sense. I had heard a little bit about that, how she had really bad ADHD, or was it ADHD?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
HD, and then based in Japan, the drug that she takes, they don't use that drug there in Japan for ADHD. It's another drug, and that drug is restricted there, so they can't use it, and so it's messing her up. And it was like, it brought up this whole thing of like, I was listening to another podcast about it, and they were saying like, well, like you just brought up, so is that technically using performance enhancing to be able to give her that focus rather than naturally, I'd
like some extra focus.
That'd be nice, because I think one of the things, the podcast when I listened to, they were talking about, they were like, sometimes it's illegal in MLB, but pitchers sometimes like to use, what is it Adderall, because that gives them special focus to be able to like focus, but that they consider that in baseball to be like
performance enhancing.
Exactly. And so it sparked a debate of like, well, should they be allowed to do this? Should this be a thing? Or is it just be like, well, she can't control that she had this ADHD growing up. It's just what she was born with. So it's very interesting. And then it got me to think too, because you know the whole thing with I think is her name Naomi Osaka.
Yeah, she had the same situation.
Same situation where she was dropping out of stuff.
So wonder what's the real reason? Like, it's mental health. Like, what does that mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, I don't know, because like I don't think anything's come out about something different about her, right? She just said mental health, because I know it started when she was playing tennis in that tournament or whatever, and she was like, didn't want to speak to the press, and then they fined her, and she was like, I'm not gonna speak, and then she eventually, I think, dropped out, right? If I remember right.
I don't remember exactly how that worked.
Yeah. So, but it's crazy because then I think it was her, if I remember, her first, and then Simone Biles. But now you're starting to see a lot of athletes struggle with this mental health. And so it wanted me to bring to this question of like, okay, when it comes to these situations where like mental health is being affected and they can't necessarily perform to their best, should we allow these athletes to be like, okay, we got to, you know, if you need to deal with it, go deal with it? Or is it something that some people believe are like, you know, no, you got to push through it. Like, it don't matter.
I don't know. I mean, compare it to me and you, right? I don't have I'm self-employed right now, and you kind of do the self-employed thing too. But let's say we had a 9 to 5 where we had to clock in at a certain time. Yeah, we couldn't go tell our boss, "Hey, man, my mental health ain't working out today." You know what I mean? Yeah, I need to go home.
I mean, you can technically, but you'd have to use PTO or whatever, you know, pay time off. I did that a lot. I feel like
if I told my boss my mental health isn't good, he'd be like, "What's wrong with you?"
Well, I think it depends in the situation, and also depends on the environment that you're in, like the work environment. Because some bosses might be like, "Hey, I get it. It is what it is," and then go handle that and then come back. Some people, I've been in situations in both where like, I'm like, man, I need to go home. Like, I just don't feel it or whatever. And some people have been like, okay, well, that's fine. Just if you feel like you can't be here, just leave. But then I've been in situations where the boss is like, well, no, you got to push through. You got to
tough up.
Yeah, toughen up.
What, you feeling depressed? Go eat a cookie.
Exactly.
Go take a 15-minute break and come back.
No, exactly. Or they would say that like, hey, go take 20 minutes. Yeah. And then come back. Collect yourself and then come back.
I don't know, man.
I kind of feel like things are shifting.
Things are shifting. But what is mental health though? I mean, did someone in the family pass away? Are you depressed? Is it a medicine thing like with Simone Biles? Like, is it?
Well, I mean, I don't know. It might depend. Like you said, with Simone, it might be different because of the stress of the situation. But of course, that comes with, you know, that job, that career, that pressure. But then also, because like who's to say if this same thing would have happened had they allowed her to use, you know, the medication that she was doing? Because I mean, she used it last time, and maybe that just helps her better deal with that stress and pressure. Right. You know,
maybe it depends on the sport too, because I feel like, you know, as men, we're gonna, you know, tough that shit out. I mean, not to take it to a. Well, I'll just say this because I'm thinking about it. Remember when Kobe Bryant got charged with rape? Yeah. Very bad point in his career, right? Not a good time. He came back and killed it. He was averaging like 50 points for a week. He was just like, you know, I'm sure that was a very bad time for him, but he just put his all into the game. So I guess maybe it depends on the person too.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think it depends on the person, because who's to say that, you know, because at the same time, we don't know all what happened behind the curtains. Like, as far as like, did he go talk to a therapist? Did he see somebody? Did he have some medication to help?
I think his therapy was on that court, just killing people.
I know we can say that, but we won't know. Yeah, like, you know, we just don't know. But then I think, to go back to what you were saying, I think it also depends, because not everybody can handle the same type of pressure the same. Right. You know, some people bend a lot, they fold a lot quicker than other people who might be more resilient and just push through, you know?
I think also when it comes to sports, and I'm guilty of this as well, for sure. You know, maybe Simone Biles isn't making this, but, you know, Kobe Bryant, you know, LeBron James, you're making millions and millions of dollars. Yeah. So in my brain, man, just toughen up. Like, you're getting millions of dollars to play a game, and, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I see that perspective, but I think that's a perspective that's like easier to say when you're not in that position. Like, it'd be different if, like, let's say, like, for example, let's say, you know, the like the cover art business, right, that you run, and a company said, Jetty, we want you to do 500 covers this month, and we're going to pay you $1 million. You know, like, I don't know how you would handle you. It's easier to say, like, if you come to me and you're like, damn, man, I'm just stressed. I'm barely at 150 and I still got, you know, 350 to go. And then, like, for me to be like, bro, you getting paid $1 million. You better toughen your ass up, you know.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to toughen my ass up.
I mean, but I think that's like, until you're in that position, you just don't know how you would truly, you know, do you know those hypothetical questions that people ask that are like, what would you do if someone just broke into your house right now?
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess no one knows what you would do until the situation happens.
That's what I'm saying.
There's the fight or flight response.
Exactly.
So are you the person that fights or are you the person that runs?
Exactly. And so I think it depends, because, man, it's just like, a part of me sometimes wants to ask, this pressure, I don't know if us as people naturally are like, we're meant to ever handle this type of pressure. Now, of course, nobody told them this is what you got to do, like, for the rest of your life. They could have easily been like, I'm just going to stay in my hometown, chill out, live life as a gardener or something, and easier lifestyle. But I don't know, humans, it's just pressure, kind of like, I don't know, it just pushes against us a lot, and it's real tough, you know. It's very, very tough, especially on a stage that they're on, when it's like the world, you know.
Great power comes with great responsibility, Spider-Man.
But he wasn't real, though. No.
You want to be Spider-Man?
I mean, I'll tell you this.
You got to jump off the building.
I'll tell you this. Like, for example, think about U.S. presidents when they first become president to when they leave office. You see how much they change and all the pressure that they deal with.
Right.
Like, when Obama first went in, you saw he looked really young and had all black hair. When he came out, it was all gray and he looked worn down.
Dude, Trump looks exactly the same.
That might be makeup.
He had no stress. Trump just flew through that shit, didn't he? Does he look the same? Because you're right. Every president, when the Obama picture, he looks like he aged like 20 years.
He looked like he got stressed out a lot, man.
Trump just looks like he got a new hairpiece, right?
I mean, yeah.
Wow.
But didn't he get like sprayed tan every day or something like that? I remember seeing a photo of him being sprayed tan.
I don't think Biden can look like he aged 10 to 20 years.
He already looks
He's
like
already
it.
at that point where it's like, you can't look too much older.
Exactly. And so, I don't know. But it's like, I know, like, for me, to bring it back to the Olympics, I support... I support all men. I'm all for mental health, and I think it's just like I was saying earlier. I feel like there's a shift to where I think people are starting to realize how much mental health kind of impacts us. You know,
50% of me agrees with you.
I feel you.
The other 50% is like, yo, toughen up.
Toughen your ass up.
My grandpa walked to school in the snow for 50 miles.
But did he walk in front of the whole world?
And he ain't tell nobody about his mental health. He just soaked that shit up and was mad all the time.
Oh my God. And he took it out on people?
Didn't tell nobody. No, that's hypothetical. No,
okay. I was about to say, I was like, Jesus Christ.
I'm not telling. Yeah, I'm just having fun.
Oh my God. Yeah. But yeah, I feel you, because like part of you is like, well, this is what comes with this is a part of the risk that comes with it.
It's a part of the game.
Yeah. Because I can only imagine, because for example, whenever the pressure, like KD, when he lost this year to the Bucks, and his foot was on what was it? It wasn't on the 3 line by like a centimeter or something. That pressure, he was like, God damn it, man.
Well, he elevated he had like 40 something that game.
Yeah.
He elevated to the pressure.
Yeah.
He was there for it.
But then wasn't enough.
I think there's a pressure with LeBron James.
Of course.
Whatever team he's on has the extreme amount of pressure every year, especially his first year with the Heat. And you could see that when you watch those games.
Yeah.
Every team was coming for them every night.
Yeah. That's true. But then, like, he had the unfortunateness of, if that's a word, he had that comparison of living up to Michael type of thing. And only like, it happens like every other, like when the new guys come in, are they better than Michael Jordan? I mean, Mike's kind of, he created that sort of like standard. And then of course, Kobe, everybody was like, is he better than Jordan? Is Kobe better than Jordan? And then all of a sudden, here comes LeBron James, this crazy talented dude. And then they're like, is he better than Kobe? Is he better than Jordan? And then, he's like one of the few people, like ever so often I'm trying to think of who's gonna be the next one that'll have to like live up to that comparison.
Maybe Zion.
You think so? Maybe.
This is baby LeBron right there.
I could see that.
He's already breaking records. As far as his age, he's breaking like age records.
Oh, okay.
Like the first player to do this at this age.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, I can only imagine like the stress, even though he's making like billions of dollars.
You know, Zion's from near where I'm from.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
He's from South Carolina?
South Carolina boys, man.
Wow. I don't know why I thought he was from somewhere else.
No.
That's great. That's a big dude.
Yeah.
It's a big kid. But yeah, so I'm like I said, to go back, I support Simone and all them.
I support you, baby. You too, Naomi. I don't know what's going on, but
yeah, I hope, man, whatever they're dealing with, whatever everybody's like mental healthness, I hope y'all find help, whether it be therapist,
get your mind
medication,
right,
or just whatever. And just, you know, hey, at the end of the day, sometimes money ain't everything, you know?
Well, I don't know.
But hold on, let's take a break and we're about to come back.
All right.
Hold on. All right. So
what's the next topic?
The next topic.
I'm ready.
This like we're gonna bounce a little bit just because we can go everywhere. So have you heard? Have you heard? Of course, we've all known this for a little bit, but we're gonna touch on COVID real quick.
Oh gosh,
this Delta variant.
Not COVID again, man.
How many variations of this thing are there?
50.
Bro, I saw there's Delta. There's another one I can't remember. I was like
Sigma Theta.
The sorority.
Phi Kappa Alpha Kappa. Phi Kappa Gamma.
Oh my God. But so this is the thing. What I realized is, so I just saw this, I think it was today, that they were saying that it was some big newspaper. It wasn't New York Times. It was, I think, an LA paper or something like that. But anyway, they were saying that the Delta variant is just as what is it? Spreadable? What's another word for
contagious?
There you go. Contagious as chickenpox. And even though if you've been vaccinated, you're just as like contagious as someone who is unvaccinated to spread it.
So basically, you got vaccinated for no reason. You can just...
Well, no. I think you got vaccinated for the original, but this is the sequel.
Oh, they just wanted to stick you with needles every 6 months.
Basically.
I heard, I don't know if this is true, but now they're offering people money to get the vaccine. Man,
I wish they would have offered me money.
I'm holding out until it's four figures.
Oh, that'd be wild.
You got to pay me to get this vaccine.
Wow. So, all right. So, is it like what amount would it have to be for you?
I mean, really, I'd take whatever.
They'd be like, JD, we can give you $1,000.
Free Chick-fil-A sandwich. I mean, I'm in there.
We'll give you a sandwich. That's it. I'm like, all right, give me the coupon. Yeah. That's funny. So it's very interesting. I wanted to ask this quick question when we're bouncing on topics.
I think I'm going to get vaccinated soon.
Think so?
Yeah.
I know my mom just got vaccinated.
Just because, I don't know, man. I don't really want to go down that road.
I've been vaccinated for a while.
Right.
And so I'm just sitting here chilling. But it's very interesting because, you know, now they mandated masks again inside buildings. And it was that small window of where people stopped wearing masks and stopped caring. Now to put it back on, it felt a little weird. I was like, wait, what happened? What's going on? And they're like, sorry, you know, it's a mandate now.
I like it. Honestly, I like wearing the mask. I like people not being able to see half of my face. I think I've already said this on the pod before. You don't have to do the fake smile anymore. Used to, someone would look at you and they'd do a little fake smile. And you'd have to fake smile back at them.
How you doing there,
Now
Sonny?
I just look them in the eyes and then just look away.
Oh my God, that's funny.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which I wanted to ask this. So this Delta variant, and now have you heard that also Disney and Walmart have announced that all their employees have to get vaccinated. They have to in order to keep working there.
Even Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck.
Mickey, yeah. So it was funny. I heard somebody say that, like, this is the government trying to get people vaccinated. They were like, what is it? You know how they have like top secret projects, like code names. They're like, this is the Mickey Mouse project. But it made me think. I was like, do you think this is just gonna like pan out and be like whatever, or do you think it's gonna get worse?
I have no clue.
You just lost.
I'm just out here in the wilderness waiting for somebody to give me a chicken sandwich, man. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
The way people talk about it almost seems like some people are saying to go back into another lockdown.
That's not going to happen. I guarantee that's not going to happen. If it does, I'd be shocked.
If it did happen, I'm not going to lie to you, there'd probably be riots in the streets.
Oh, I don't know about all that.
No, I think that...
You think so?
I think some, like not all over the U.S., but I think maybe in the southern regions. But I think that people would be like up in arms and be like, "You ain't gonna make me wear a mask. I'm not getting vaccinated.
You took my freedom once.
You took my gun, but you ain't gonna get it again." But
I'll cover my mouth over when I'm dead.
But it's very interesting. But which also made me ask, well, if we did go into a second lockdown, let's say we did, what are the chances do you think we get another stimulus?
Oh, I think probably 100%.
Right?
Yeah, if we go back into lockdown.
Now, this is what I say. Of course, this isn't going to happen, what I'm about to say, but, just indulge in it. Oh. We get a stimulus every single month. Mm-hmm. And then for a year. And then we all get to chill, get our mental health together, and just... That's the dream.
So you want everyone to just have to stay inside for another year and everyone get paid?
That sounds pretty cool. No.
Yeah,
It has its pros and cons, but it is what it is.
I mean, honestly, I'm a hermit now. I come over here and then I go to Publix and then I stay at my house. That's like my life. I'm going to South Carolina soon, so I'll be down there quarantined in that area.
That's hilarious.
But I don't do much, yo. And I'm starting to hate it. I'm starting to...
you want to be...
that's why I think I want to get the vaccine.
Oh, so you can just go out?
Just so I can go somewhere and not worry about, getting
COVID?
Yeah. I'm really not worried about COVID, but just to...
I feel it. I was talking to my sister today, and she was asking me, it's very interesting. She was like, have you gotten the vaccine? She was like, because our mom just got it. And I was like, how did you feel? Mm-hmm. And she was kind of being funny, like, the government's trying to track me. And I was like, they're not trying to track you. Mm-hmm. Because in my mind, the way I think about it, I was like, I'm really nobody. Why would they want me?
Well, they're already tracking you on your cell phone.
Exactly. That's what that too. We have a tracker right here, the cell phone.
The cell phone listens to anything you mention, and it'll show you ads for it.
Exactly. So. And so it's just real interesting, man.
It is very strange, though, how hard they push the vaccine. They're pushing it so hard to the point that they're willing to give people money to get it. I don't know, man. Also, they're thinking about trying to give it to kids. Maybe a different version of the vaccine. But before, they didn't want kids to get it. And now...
I think, to me, that's not that strange. I'm trying to think of... I guess, well, let me say it like this. For how hard they're pushing it to where they're paying people, I just feel like they're just trying to do something that will get people to do it. And so, because if they're not going to do it for free, then you got to pay them to do it, type of thing. And they just want people vaccinated. Now, I do see the other side where they're like, why would they care so much? Yes. And so, but...
You don't want the stock market to crash or something?
They want people to keep going to Gap, and they want them to keep going to Target. And but I don't know. But I think the kids thing was because, schools are in session. Yeah. And like, it's just when it first started, they were like, oh, these kids are about to be super spreaders because they're all just running around with no mask or nothing. Just everybody's sick, But I don't know. We'll probably see the next few months. They were saying though it's going to ramp up even more, but that's of course because it's supposed to get colder. They were talking about December. It's supposed to be real bad. And then of course people online were like, oh, come December, we're about to go into lockdown again. We'll see.
I got nothing else to add. I'm sorry.
You're good. We can move on to something else. Enough about COVID.
What else is going on?
Well, here, I think it was last week, Kanye was at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Yeah. Premiering Donda, or I would like to say the rough version of Donda, because it wasn't fully mixed.
Did you hear any of it?
I heard maybe like one or two tracks, not completely just like snippets or whatever. It sounded pretty cool.
I heard a snippet on Twitter that sounded really dope.
And so it kind of reminds me of a little bit of the life of Pablo, a little bit, from what I heard. But it's like he's got different, what I like to call versions of himself from different albums on here. And so it sounded cool. I didn't go to the experience because I was just like, I don't want to be around all them people. And like, to me, I didn't want to, because you've seen videos of people there, right? At the experience. It seemed kind of boring to just like an all white field. And I
saw someone say that Kanye didn't, he sold out most of a stadium to just walk onto the field. He never said anything. He listened to his own music, just vibed out to his own music and then left. How amazing is that? And they're thinking about trying to do another one.
I heard about that. He said that he's trying to do it one more time. Yeah. It was funny. The funniest tweet I saw about the event was they were like, they were like, hear me out. What if Kanye just rented out the stadium to listen to the mixes? What if that's all he did and he just invited people to listen? I be like, that's hilarious. That sounds like something he would do. And then, he's living in the stadium right now.
I bet the janitors are fed up with him.
Probably.
They probably want to go home.
They were saying that he actually has like a private chef there with him.
Really?
So that way to cook, food and stuff.
It's kind of strange, but that's his MO.
It is. And like have you seen the pictures of his room? It looks like a dorm. It looks it makes me.
I saw someone say it's costing him $1 million
to stay there.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's true.
$1 million a night?
I forget what it said. I don't know.
Jeez. But yeah, so he's living in the stadium.
Say $1 million a night.
Is it $1 million a night?
I wonder if he's renting out the whole. If they're considering him renting out the whole stadium. I don't know if that's true.
Well, no, I don't know if it's. I think it's just the room because did you see the video? He was at the Atlanta United game.
I didn't think that was him, but I guess it is him.
And then
he was just chilling, making music, and then he heard probably roaring upstairs, and he's like, "What's going on upstairs?"
They're here for me. No.
Oh, it's a soccer game.
So that'd be dope. What if like they eventually do that? Like, I wonder if because he's renting space there, they're like, yeah, you can come up to the game. We don't care. And he just gets to sit wherever. That'd be cool.
Probably.
I mean, if he's paying $1 million,
they probably told security, "Hey, just
let him do what he wants.
Just let whoever do whatever.
Hey, just don't bother him. He's he might flip out on you."
Right.
Which brings me to ask you. I think it's supposed to. The album's dropping August 5th or something like that. It's real soon. Maybe next Friday. How excited are you for this album? On a scale of 10. On a scale to 10. 10 being most excited.
I'm 6.
Oh.
Just because I don't really get excited for music anymore. I don't know.
Bro. You don't get excited for music anymore?
No, I'm trying to think. Who would get me on a 10? Like, I don't...
Rihanna?
I love Rihanna because she's sexy to me and I like her as a person. She seems like a dope, fun person. I like her music as well, but I don't think that would put me on a 10. I don't know who would.
I get it though. It makes sense.
To get me to a 10, it'd need to be like all my favorite artists make a collab album and for no reason it just drops.
Okay.
What about you?
I think for this album, for Kanye, I think I'm at a like 7. Just because I'm trying to think. The last time he did was Jesus is King. And then it's like I kind of feel like the Kanye that I kind of, so to speak, like fell in love with the music, like that Kanye's gone.
Yeah. This one is going to be more religious. And
is this album more religious still?
Mm-hmm, I think so.
Oh, okay. So Life of Pablo meets Jesus is King?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
But no, I'd say about a 7, man. Because there's like, actually, it's funny you say what you said before. Because I actually had that thought. There hasn't been a lot of music that's just excited me, like as far as like got me hype or anything to listen to, But I'd say about a 7. But of course, I'm still gonna listen just to check it out.
Nas is dropping. Another one with Hit Boy.
Yep, that's super dope.
Yeah.
King's Disease 2, I think, is dropping in August.
Maybe the same day as Kanye.
Damn,
it drops soon.
That's wild.
Yep.
But we'll see, man. And Kanye, hopefully, stop terrorizing the janitor, man. I wonder, does he take a shower in the showers or something? Like, how did he do that? Or did he like say, bring in my own special?
You get to just chill in the locker room.
Yeah.
Locker room showers.
That'd be weird. I'd be scared being there at night by myself.
That's a big ass state. Actually, it'd be dope to just go out on the field and just lay down.
Oh, what if he said, hey, leave the ceiling open so I can see the stars? And he's like, I'm inspired. And then he just hit the studio.
It's beautiful.
It'd be dope if he had the studio on the field.
The mixes might be a little weird.
Hey, they could, they got Mike Dean and everybody in there. They could figure it out.
I know his engineers probably hate him.
Probably
has mixed and remixed these damn things 1,000 times.
It reminds me of this footage I had seen of West Side Gun. They were recording like some song in, I think it was Puerto Rico, but the ceiling was like, the floors were like marble floor ceilings. There was nothing like was treated. And everybody, all the people were like, who knew about music, they were like, man, I know that engineer's upset. Cause it's like, you hear echoes and all these things. It's like, man, these motherfuckers about to work their ass off for this mix. It's hilarious. Which also, I think this is the last one on the music scene that I wanted to touch on. I know this is real sensitive. We talked about this before. It's real sensitive. The whole DaBaby situation.
Right.
It was real wild. I didn't know anything about it. It was at Rolling Loud. So he made some what's the disparaging comments?
That's a good word.
Against the gay community, was it?
Yeah.
So because he was performing, then he made some like really bad comments about it was like introing a song or something. He was like, raise your hand if like you hear blah 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 something, and then he said something that was kind of anti. I guess I could say that.
Do you want me to just say it?
Oh, the comment?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot what the comment was.
It's like, don't be sucking dick in the parking lot, guys.
Oh, yeah. But he also said something about if you don't have...
Oh, HIV/AIDS.
HIV, and he associated with that.
Yeah.
And then, boy, everybody was like, that ain't it.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not. Me and the guys at the house were talking about this. It's funny how times really change.
Yep.
Because this is a controversial thing now, and people want to cancel him. But when you listen to music from not that long ago, I mean, go listen to an old Eminem album.
Oh,
I know. Even Cameron has said some lines.
Yeah.
Just some wild stuff. So the times have really changed, and
that's how it was back in the day.
Yeah.
Because even Biggie has said some lines that are like, you couldn't say that now. R.I.P. to Biggie, but
it's tough, man, because I saw people talking about Lil Nas X as well, and they're like, don't bring him into this. He has nothing to do with this. But I kind of think he does.
Okay.
Because hip hop was a place where gayness wasn't really allowed, right? Not really cool to be gay.
Yeah.
And now Lil Nas X is kind of trying to
make it cool,
not change the tide, but just put it out there more. So
Gotcha.
It is something that's being displayed more, especially in his music videos.
Yeah.
So I think there's maybe like a thirst, or like, well, maybe thirst isn't the right word, but like a new lane or a new want for that kind of content, right?
Of course.
But I do think there's also people that see that content and are uncomfortable.
Of course.
And I won't lie, I'm kind of in that category.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw his music video where he was like grinding on Satan.
I saw a still of not that video, the one video he did with Jack Harlow.
Okay.
That
one's not quite as wild as the other one.
I giggled because I thought it was funny, but
some that does make people a little uncomfortable. Me personally, and I don't think I'm homophobic or anything like that, but I think DaBaby falls into that category as well. And DaBaby, he's like a brash guy. He's like a kind of a tough guy, a gangster guy, and he goes up there on stage and just says some things, and I think that's how that happens. Yeah. I think it's just this changing time, this changing culture that we live in, and I don't know, man. Do you think he should be canceled? Like what do you think?
No, I don't think. Well, first let me put this out there. I don't believe in canceling anybody. I don't believe in cancel culture. I don't think it's real. I think that's just on social media. I kid you not. Like I don't like it. But it's also maybe the reason why I don't like it is because of what it became and what it is now. Because of how it originally started, what it was meant for. But I don't think it should be canceled because I kind of believe, and this is like my viewpoint, where I think that everybody is going to be controversial. I'm already saying something controversial right now. Okay. But I think that everybody should be allowed to say whatever they want.
Even DaBaby.
Even DaBaby. Now, there's a difference because the reason why I say that, let me put it, is that not everybody's going to like what you are, who you are, for whatever reason. Right. That's always going to be a thing. I'm here to tell y'all that's never going away. You're never going to get rid of it. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't continue to make progress. That just means, the way I believe is that there's always got to be a balance. You can't have all good, because then life would be boring as fuck. It would just suck. But you can't always, but you also can't, on the other hand, have all bad, because that shit would be horrible. You have to have a balance. And I think DaBaby, for his comments, now, of course, I don't agree with his comments. Like, I think it's bad of how he associates certain things. Right. But I think what people tend to forget is sometimes, like, I don't know, maybe one of his OGs or something needs to talk to him or something. It's all about educating people and just trying to progress and make people realize, because he's at a certain stage where he has a lot of influence, right? And he has a lot of influence, and maybe someone close to him who might be more aware or just be able to talk to him, just talk to him about the type of influence that he has. But I also, like I said, people have the right to react how they reacted to what he said, but I don't believe that he should be canceled. I don't think so.
I will say this. Have you seen his latest music video?
Who, DaBaby?
Yeah, he just dropped one. This video was wild as hell.
For real?
Yes. And seeing that video, I was just like, oh, I don't think he's going anywhere.
No, of course.
I think that, he starts off the video spitting in someone's coffin.
Wow.
That's how the video starts. You have to watch this video. The video is wild.
Okay.
And I even went on his Twitter and was reading his Twitter, and he's just like, oh yeah, I'm going to be a superstar now. Yeah. Because I think this whole thing might even make him bigger.
Of course.
I don't know if it's going to...
I think what people fail to realize is sometimes in them wanting to get rid of somebody might actually keep them there longer.
Because okay, like how I said with the Lil Nas stuff, there's kind of like this group that wants that content.
Yeah.
I think there's also the group that wants the anti of that content.
Of course, it's balanced.
They're like, nah, fuck that. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So
you got to think about how the internet loves to troll, and the internet, there's like people who are for things, it's the same thing like with groups, I mean, Republican versus Democrat, you have all these groups and stuff. And so there's always going to be people who want more of DaBaby's type of stuff, and there's always going to be people that want Lil Nas X type of stuff. And I think that's just always going to exist. I don't think it's more so of a matter of trying to get rid of the other side. It's more so of just trying to educate each other. Right. Because then maybe, he might be like, oh, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have said that. I apologize, and so on and so forth, and just move on. That's how it is. Because I'm pretty sure there's people rappers from back in the day who said some things that were like, wow, that's crazy in today's society, and then be like, yeah, that was bad. But it's just a sign of the times. So no, I don't think DaBaby's going anywhere. He has too much influence. And then also, I think the people who don't like DaBaby or who want him canceled aren't people who listen to DaBaby.
That's probably true.
I think they're just people who heard what he said or saw what he said, and they said he needs to be canceled. But they don't have any power because they don't listen to him. It would have to take the people who actually like DaBaby, go to his shows, listen to his music, to stop listening. But for some reason, people don't realize that. They just think that they can say something and then Twitter's going to take care of it. That's not how the world works.
It does depend on the situation, though, man. I do think some people really get out of here and can get canceled. But
I don't think so.
No,
I don't believe in it.
I don't know, bro.
I think cancel culture is like the boogeyman. It ain't real.
I don't know. That's interesting. We'll see. Time will tell.
Time will tell. Yeah. We'll come back at the end of the year. Okay. And revisit it. But let's take a little break.
Write that down.
Yep. Hey, and we're back. Ooh, boy, we've been hitting topics today.
Bam.
What was the name of that chef that did that?
Emeril Lagasse. Bam.
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 That's funny. Just wanted to touch on a few topics before we go into the ending segment here. So there's a story going on now. So how... let me say first, Scarlett Johansson is trying to sue Disney because, Black Widow, the movie, she had filmed that. I think it was basically about ready to go prior to like when the whole lockdown thing happened.
I think it was going to drop a year ago.
Yep. And so what ended up happening, of course, it got pushed back until recent to where it finally came out a year later. And Black Widow went into theaters, right? Yeah. But then how because of the lockdown and stuff, Disney found a way to kind of be like, well, if people aren't going to come to the theaters, then what's the next best thing that we can do? Oh, I got it. People have Disney Plus. They can pay Disney Plus to stream the movie so they don't have to go to the movie theater.
It costs $30.
That's wild. And you don't even get to keep the movie either.
Dang.
It's just to rent it.
Sheesh.
That's wild. But she's suing Disney because she feels that Disney was trying to like rob her of money, because I think in the original contract it was that she was going to make money from the theatrical release and not the streaming.
So she gets a portion of the profit from the box office.
Exactly. But because Disney ended up only, you know, pushing it so much in theaters because of everything happening, they ended up pushing, you know, a lot more was streamed versus via Disney Plus or whatever. And now she's suing them because she's like, hold on, y'all got to run me my check, and I should get a portion of that as well because you messed up everything. Now, Disney says that no, you know, you're not taking into account COVID, which I feel like they just trying to throw the COVID card out.
I mean, who can you?
I'm with Scarlett. I'm
really?
with her. Yep, I'm with her. I think she's fine. But anyway,
but I think these events are bigger than just her and Disney. Like,
true. So this also
COVID was like a world changing thing.
Of course, but I think she was saying that she was actually trying to get the contract changed as things were happening.
Okay, so there's the problem.
Okay,
I mean, a company isn't going to want to give her extra money, but she does feel like she's entitled to that. Mm-hmm. Honestly, if she gets a portion of the box office and if stuff changed, she should have also gotten a portion of the streaming, but you know.
So what I remember now is she was saying that her and the lawyers, they were trying to get the contract adjusted to basically include the streaming, but Disney kind of like didn't say anything and just kind of left it in the air. And so now what this has started is something else, because she is suing them right now. Then Emma Stone, who was also in Cruella, there was a movie about Cruella, you know. That movie was treated the same way as the Black Widow movie.
She was getting a portion of the profits.
Yeah, she was getting a portion of the box office, but because of how they pushed it the same way that Black Widow was pushed, she's like, she's thinking about suing Disney now too to get money.
Dude, I'm telling you, I said this, and I think maybe you disagreed with me.
What was it?
Or I don't know. Maybe it was somebody else I was talking to. I think the box office hit is going to slowly disappear.
You think so?
We're going away from movies and more towards streaming, and companies aren't able to build these massive mega blockbuster hits on streaming just due to the difference in money. So I think that blockbuster hits are slowly going to go away. Marvel is going to be the last remaining thing to be able to build these things. And then once they're done, I think it's going to be.
I could see that. So that's happening. And then now, what's that? There's a British woman. I forgot her name. She's in this new movie that just came out literally this week. The Jungle Cruise with The Rock in it. It's Emily Blunt. Okay. She's also now thinking about suing Disney because the movie's getting treated the same way.
The same. Dang, all these people are getting a portion of box office?
Yep.
Wow.
And so now Disney, like, they're going back and forth and trying to figure out, like, okay. And people are saying this is like a landmark thing because of, like, what you just said of, like, well, maybe this is getting away from, you know, box office things, whatever. And now it's going to be streaming type things. And so now this is like sort of like setting a precedent. Now, as I say that, this is still ongoing, so I don't know what the outcome is going to be. Right. I support Scarlett, Emma, and Emily Blunt. I forgot her name.
Get your mental health right, baby.
But I think what I remember now, if I remember, I might be saying this wrong because if I'm remembering it wrong, Kevin Feige, the dude who's over Marvel, he's saying Disney messed up. He's like, y'all messed up on this or whatever, and he's like trying to support Scarlett Johansson. So it's wild, man. Times are changing, and so I mean, we're gonna see how this plays out. Disney's got, like, you know, the NBA All-Star of lawyers, you know. They got money for it.
I mean, they should do the right thing, but when a contract is signed, it's going to be hard to get a billion-dollar company to give people millions that they're not necessarily entitled to in a contract.
True. So, but I mean, you know, Disney's not really dying for the money. They're worth over billions, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean.
But I mean, I see what you're saying too. But I just support, you know, Scarlett and all them. So
you support Scarlett?
Yep, especially Scarlett.
I support Mickey Mouse.
You support the mouse, bro?
Vaccinate the mouse.
Vaccinate.
I don't know what I'm saying anymore, man.
But yeah, other than that, I think that was all the topics that we're gonna hit for today. Did you have anything?
Nah, we hit it, man.
Okay, dope. Well, now we're at that point in the show, the not all here moment.
It's that time.
It's that time, this is where like trumpets come in. And
so we ran out of not all here moments.
Yeah, I think we basically told everybody our lives.
I've told you all the stupid things I've done.
I think I've told you mostly all of them. I just forget a bunch of them.
Yeah, everything else I forgot about.
But so the way that we're gonna do things from now on is, if people, if y'all have not all here moments, we want y'all to submit them to Not All Here Podcast on Instagram via DM, or if not, hit our email, which is the Not All Here Podcast at gmail.com. But I just realized we should do this because there's a lot of funny stories on here and crazy stories on here. So for those who know Reddit is like this forum board, I guess you could say.
The world's largest forum.
Yeah, world's largest forum. Shout out to Reddit. Love y'all. There's this subreddit called TIFU. Today I fucked up. And it's people talking about moments in their life, whenever or recently or however they messed up, and they messed up big. Okay. Basically like a not all here moment. So this is the first of many. I want to give a shout out to this user. Hopefully I'm going to say this right. This username is u/snorkels721.
Oh yeah, I know him. Or her. That's my cousin.
And this is the story. So we're gonna get into the story. It says, this is the title: Today I fucked up by buying everyone an Ancestry DNA kit and ruining Christmas.
Oh.
Earlier this year.
They're actually not my cousin anymore.
Earlier this year, Ancestry DNA had a sale on their kit. I thought it would be a great gift idea, so I bought 6 of them for Christmas presents. Today, my family got together to exchange presents for our Christmas Eve tradition, and I gave my dad, mom, dad, brother, and 2 sisters each a kit. So this is a little bit in the past. As soon as everyone opened their gift at the same time, my mom started freaking out. She told us how she didn't want us taking them because they had unsafe chemicals. We explained to her how there were actually no chemicals, but we could tell she was still flustered. Later, she started trying to convince us that only one of us kids need to take it since we all have the same results, and to resell extra kits to save money.
Damn, Mom, what you been doing?
Fast forward, our parents have been fighting upstairs for the past hour, and we are downstairs trying to figure out who has a different dad. Oh, shit. And then it says, let me see. I'm gonna make sure if I need to say this. Wait. Oh, okay. So this is, and then they also updated it. Sorry. It said, thank you so much for all the love and support. My sister's brother and I have not yet decided if we are going to take the test. No matter what the results are, we still love each other and our parents no matter what. Update number 2. Christmas isn't ruined. My FU actually turned into a Christmas miracle. Turns out my sister's father passed away shortly after she was born. A good friend of my mom's was able to help her through the darkest time in her life, and they went on to fall in love and create the rest of our family. They never told us because of how hard it was for my mom. Last night, she was strong enough to share stories and photos with us for the first time, and it truly brought us even closer together as a family. This is a Christmas we will never forget. And yes, we were all excited to get our test results. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Wait, so one of the kids had a dad that died shortly after the kid was born?
Well, no, I think so, if I remember right. Yeah.
And the husband didn't know about this?
I think so.
Dang.
Yeah. But I think it was fine. Let me see. Blah, 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 blah.
You want to shake things up at your Christmas?
Oh boy, are you telling me what I should do to shake things up?
Buy a Ancestry DNA kit for the whole.
It's funny. I actually thought about doing was it 23andMe?
I'd like to do it. You know, there's some weird stuff there that they say you shouldn't do it.
Which one?
They say that that company owns your DNA. There's like some weird
is it DNA
thing.
data or something?
There's some weird thing where they say you shouldn't do it.
Oh boy,
it's a little off the conspiracy theory ledge, but look it up. They can clone you. In the year 3400.
Oh, that'll be way after.
They'll bring you back.
But will it be me or will it be a clone of me?
Clone Elliot.
Oh, so it's not really me. It's not the real me. I'm the one of one. They can't get rid. But that was funny. What an interesting thing. Have you ever had something like that happen on that Not On Here moment?
No, my dad is my dad, I think.
I've
never had that happen.
But have you ever known of someone going through that?
No.
I don't think, let me think real quick. No, I don't think I've ever had anybody I know or like a friend or anything like that go through that. I can only imagine like the drama.
Man.
Boy, it's stressful. But anyway, that's the podcast. That's the podcast, the Not Out Here podcast, episode 37.
Shout out to everybody out there.
Shout out to you listening.
We hope we made your day more enjoyable.
I know, we hope so.
And we hope we didn't bring you down.
No, I think that Not Out Here moment uplifted them.
Uplifted the people.
Yeah, took them up just, that one more time. They need to push through. But anyway, make sure you get your mental health straight. Check in on your family and friends. Also, if you're listening to us on Spotify, make sure you're following us.
Click the heart button.
Click that heart button.
Or whatever the star button. However that button looks, you need to click it.
If you're on listening to us on Apple Podcasts, make sure you subscribe and give us a review. Really helps us reach new listeners. So that way we can get out of that comparison to Junjin Daddies, No, shout out to them, even though we never heard of them. But anyway, what was I about to say? Oh, make sure you follow Not Out Here Podcast on Instagram. Make sure you follow Cool Ass People on Instagram. That's cool ASSPPL. Follow our personal pages. Mine's It's Easy L.
Follow me at JRB the Producer on all of the platforms that you love, but spend less time on social media.
Yes.
And spend more time listening to the Not Out Here podcast.
There you go. That sounds like the great way to get out of a mental rut.
That's all I have.
All right, we'll catch y'all on the next one. You.